Alright guys, you're looking at a clip to where you are seeing me play. You see that I fainted and it worked. See, I'm kind of managing my stamina well. And he's starting to lose some health. And after I managed my stamina well, I defeated him, and that is honestly one great way of being a Lawbringer is stamina management. And in order to effectively do the heavy attacks and all that, you've got to be able to manage your stamina well. And in order to manage your stamina well, you've got to play defensively. Lawbringer is a powerful character, but he's also a defensive one. Notice that his focuses are counterattacker and disabler. What this means is that he focuses on playing defensively, but he also focuses on hitting the weak points of enemies so that he can unleash massive combos, taking down up to even half of people's health. And so that is the first thing I want to tell you guys is stamina management. So what you're seeing is the fight is getting started. Alright, my light attack gets parried, and for a beginner, you're not going to see that coming. Alright, then I get kicked, heavy attack, I spam, dodge, and light attacks. Everyone expects Lawbringers to hit you once with a light attack, and that's it. Because we got such a big freaking weapon. In my own vanity before this match started, I asked for an easy opponent, you know, from the Lord, and you see how that turned out. He's pretty good for a Highlander, and I'd label him advanced. I tried spamming light attacks, but he punished me for it. So I issued this guy a rematch because I didn't like losing, but I lost the match anyways. So he plays his Lawbringer and he long arms me. For a low rep, he knew how to feint, and that really freaking threw me off. So just observe the fight, see what I'm doing wrong. In this moment, I try to initiate a comeback, and in that, I failed. This kid actually added me afterwards. And notice that you can parry while fatigued. Not a lot of people know that, and if you know that as a beginner, it's very useful as Lawbringer, since he has low stamina. But I eventually lose this, and what happens is I say good fight, and I mean it. What that means is that when you say good fight, you don't let your emotions get the best of you. And honestly, I walked into the fight egotistically, thinking since I'm a higher rep, I'm going to beat him, but he ended up beating me. So just keep that in mind. Overestimate your opponents in a fight. Alright, after cutting myself up a bit, let's look at what I did right and actually defeated this guy. We just do our little emotes and then kind of just go at it. And notice I play defensively and let his stamina get low. Now notice, as a Lawbringer, fighting a Lawbringer, you know that they got low stamina. And they have all the utensils and tools that you have. So, it sucks fighting the same hero, but it's gonna happen eventually. So, knowing your hero is the best way to beat him. He actually beats the crap out of me in this little segment. I parry in fatigue. Notice, that's important. Victory. Now around this time I waited for an opening and punished his moves. I got his health down to mine and it felt like an even battle. And then I execute him. So just remember, play defensively. If they're winning, they're going to play a little bit more aggressively because they think they got you. So just remember that playing as Lawbringer he's one of the hardest characters to play as, and he's really freaking powerful. So like the harder ones are usually the most powerful. So if you want to make Lawbringer, you got a level 1 bot. I just want to show you guys some basics. I am in the training arena. And what we're going to do is just look at the moveset. He's got a lot of moves. They buffed this guy, I think, last year. Or the year before. They buffed him. Really excited. But all they did is like make him more of a Vanguard character. Because in the previous one, you couldn't do this. You couldn't do like 3 heavy attacks. You were like limited to this. And, so, like, he's a mix of a Vanguard and a Heavy, and that's what I love about him. Vanguard is so easy to play as, and Heavy's got the freaking health of gods, and, like, you know, he's pretty simple once you get the hang of him. I mean, if you do this, that's a good way to start a match. Since you're a beginner, you just want to, like, be wary. One thing I would like to note as a beginner, I know it sounds impossible, and I did it, if you look at all my heroes, but I got all the heroes to rep 1. Not every single one of them, but the ones I have unlocked. And what that does, it's, well, it gets your reps up, so it makes you look cooler. But it also gives you an idea of how the heroes play as. And, you know, I know what you're going to say, well, I don't want to buy the DLC characters. Well, play as them in this training arena. You can do it with a friend or two and just kind of get a feel. Like Jorgenmonster, and I picked this thing up called Serpents, might mix up. Jorgenmonster is like really toxic and I hate fighting against them. They're possible to beat, don't get me wrong, but like they have this attack where like they knock you down and then they just do an absolute like haymaker with a hammer and you can't do crap about it. So one thing you want to do is just dodge her. See, the cool thing about this arena thing is that, see, like, it tells you when to parry. And that's good for Lawbringers. Look at that. Look at that. And all I did was just do the shove and initiate chain attacks. See, Lawbringer is overpowered, bro, and it's really good. I think this bot's only level 1 though. And Jorgenmonders are really aggressive, so like, if you just use their aggression to their advantage, play defensively, they got it. They got crazy poise though. So, just keep that in mind. And yeah, so what I'm going to do now is invite someone to a party, and then I'm going to ask them what they want to know about.
Ad mortem inumicus! Ad mortem inumicus!
Doing pretty good. Pretty good. For real though. Pretty gory. So that concludes the beginner's tutorial video, guys. And I want to give a special thanks to my buddy Butch. And I will see y'all in the intermediate video. Peace out. GG,